To me. I'm your host, Queen Evelina, and this is QEB on WQEB 97.3. Right now, we're coming to you live from our cafe in Dorfield, Georgia. We're still talking to Michael here. He's an author, he's a dancer, he's a choreographer, he's a creative director if you're looking for one, and has just now added actor to his resume. We about to get all up in his business right now. What's up, Michael?
How you doing? How you doing? Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good, good, good. All right. So you're definitely like the ultimate artist. You would be what they would
Uh,
call.
I'll,
Why
I'll,
you
I'm gonna let you go. It's
wait,
okay. It's okay. That's a little
are you
different. I
wait
ain't
a
heard
minute,
that
hold on,
before.
wait a minute now. Let me see. Hold up now. You an author. Okay. You a dancer. You a choreographer. Oh, and you're also a member of the hip hop fraternity. So how would you describe yourself then? If you're not the ultimate artist, how would you describe yourself?
I just never heard nobody call me the ultimate artist. I always say just dancer. That's just what I be saying. I do so much, but I just be like dancer. Because when they put you in other categories, you gotta act a certain
Mm-hmm.
way. And I just like being
Mm.
myself, man.
Okay. Okay. Just being yourself. All right. Well, how would you describe self in one word?
Uh, ooh, describe myself in one word.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I keep looking at my brother. Yeah, we could go with crazy. We
Crazy.
could go with crazy.
All right. Shout out to bro. Shout out to
Yeah.
bro for one word to describe Michael. All right. Awesome sauce. So now, which one of your art forms came first? Did dancing come first or did the writing come first?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay, so I'm going to say writing, but technically dancing. So like my mom has like old videos of when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
dancing to like Michael Jackson and stuff. But it was always more of like a fun thing, not necessarily like a passion of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Writing was a legitimate passion of mine. I wrote
Okay.
um, the story that I consider my baby. I'm just now talking to a bunch of publishing companies who want it. I wrote it when I was 10 years old, and I had made a couple of changes to it. Now that I'm older and got more life experience and everything. But yeah, I wrote it when I was 10, and I was passionate about it then, and I'm passionate about it now. So
Okay.
I
So
would
what
say,
sparked you
in dancing or in writing.
in writing? What happened? You
Uh,
didn't have friends. You didn't have friends or imaginary
hmm,
friends like the rest of us. You decided to pick up the pen.
you want to hear something crazy?
Yes,
You see
you
the
are
person who
crazy.
just
So yes, I do want to hear something crazy.
so the
Absolutely.
so the bald headed dude you just saw past me. That's my brother, right?
Okay.
He wanted to be a rapper, so I used to see
Ah.
him all the time, just sitting down writing and writing and writing, like just doing all types of stuff like that for like forever. And he's a real like artist for real, because like he can paint, he can draw, he can do all these things. So watching him use a pen, like he doesn't write, I mean he doesn't draw with pencil, he draws with a pen. So I always saw him doing that, and like we got me and him both is it really started with him, and then it came to me. We both grew up on the show called Dragon Ball Z. It's our show, always has been, and we would talk about it all the time. And I remember thinking to myself, I want to do something like that. I want that.
Okay.
And while I was in school, we had just really learned the concept of like novels. I had just got done
Ah.
reading the Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe, and Lord of the Rings was one of my favorite books. So I was like, I think I want to write my own story. So
Okay.
that's pretty much kind of how that happened.
Okay. A story about you, or just a story in general?
Okay. Okay. So like it's okay. So technically, it's a story about six brothers, and these
Ah.
just these guys in my life who I've encountered. Each
Mm-hmm.
brother represents one of them. So like
Okay.
Dwayne, he represents me. Derek, he represents my brother. James represents my cousin Chris, or my homie Santo. Victor is kind of still like my brother, and another friend of mine named Javon. It's a lot like that. And but I love action. So like it's a fighting story, it's an action adventure story, fantasy type stuff.
Okay. And we could use more of that. Sounds to me like you would be a Jordan Peele fan.
Love him, love him. I've been a
Love
Jordan
Jordan
Peele
Peele.
fan. I've been a Jordan Peele fan since he was on Mad TV. I saw him on Mad TV. I saw him on. I was happy when he did Key and Peele. Him and Key and Michael Key. I've been in love with them since they was on Mad TV, man.
Okay. Awesome sauce. All right. So how did dancing get in the mix? Was it that you
Okay, so like
dropped your pen or your pencil and you just choreographed or moved to pick it up and then it was like, ooh, I'm a dancer now. I can move. People like the way I
nah,
move. Look at
nah.
me. No?
So like dancing, I had always did for fun. It was just something that was for fun. It made people
Okay.
laugh, or I had when I would watch You Got Serve a Step Up. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna teach myself that type of stuff, and I just practiced at it. And so like when I was playing football, I was getting recruited uh, to be in to go to UGA. I was a 4-star recruit, and
Ooh.
like I end up getting into it with my mom and my dad, and they took me out of football. And
Mm-hmm.
at the time I was dating this girl. She had gave me
Uh-oh.
her iPod. She gave me her
Uh-oh.
iPod, and so
Okay.
like I would always listen to that before I would go to practice. And I just remember, at the time, what's it called? America's Best Dance Crew was on, so I had always would teach
Okay.
myself. I would teach myself those stuff and incorporate it uh, in my football life. So now I'm not in football, so now I'm just outside practicing, and I'm like, for what? And then out of nowhere, like I don't know, it's like divine intervention or something. Where like I still remember the song. It was Sooner Than Later by Drake. It was that one, and then it was it was a Murder She Wrote by um I'm sorry, not Murder She Wrote. Murder Was the Case by Snoop Dogg, and then it was Machiavelli by Tupac. Those three songs all came on back to back to back, and they're like some those songs like mean a lot to me. And
Ah,
then like I just practiced when those three songs had came back to back to back. It's like something in me was like, okay, well, this might be what we need to do. So I just kept doing that for a while, and then I had my first performance like maybe 2 months after that, and yeah, I had it was in front of the school, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is where I need to be right here. So
okay.
I've been in love with dancing since I was 15.
Awesome. Awesome. So what would you consider was your first professional gig?
Ooh, my first real professional gig was definitely for the Calypso Hotel when I was 17 years old. I had to do the Calypso Hotel when I was 17 for for Daytona, Florida. Well, we was in Daytona, Florida, and they had gave me a call to come perform there. My I was 17. I ain't really had nobody to like help guide me with like how I was gonna work with my money and stuff like that. So
Right.
like I was I was like I was like, well, if you want me, can I bring like two of my homies who I had made a
Uh-huh.
crew with and everything? And they was like, yeah, sure. So I had split it with the two of them, so we split it three ways, but we needed somebody to be there because we was all underage, and that was my friend Sato's mom. So she had like basically been like a family vacation type of thing, and
Mm.
like because we was like 17-year-old dudes who just didn't care. Like they wanted to give us a suite at like the top of the hotel. We was like, nah, we want to be next to the pool. So they gave us this room with two beds and everything. And I'm like, I'll sleep in the chair. And I just wanted to be right next to the pool. And that's exactly where they placed us, right next to the pool. It was now that I'm older, I'm like, I was stupid. I should have took the suite. I should have took the suite.
You're
So
living your
but
life.
right,
Yeah.
right. But I'll say like as far as in like good money, that was probably my real first professional gig, and then it just kind of went up from there.
Okay. So, well, besides being in the studio and on the stage, I know that you also give back to the community when it comes to your dancing. And one of those ways is being a member of the Hip Hop Fraternity. So, how did you get involved with them?
I got involved them through this lady named H2O. She dope artist. She's a rapper. She's amazing at what she do too. She hard headed, but she amazing, man. And I had met her back in 2020, right before COVID hit, and we started working together. She wanted me to make a routine for her song called "Dripping the Sauce," which she just dropped the music video for like 2-3 weeks ago. So we had got together on that, and like I basically made like the whole routine. I did get some help from this girl called Stephanie, Stephanie. You can see her in the music video as well. She's great too. Um, so like I made most of the routine. I say about 95% of it. But we had did that, and I started doing shows with her and for her. And like one day she was like, "Yo, I'm working with these group of guys, and they starting this thing called Hip Hop Fraternity, and it's with this man named Pippin Ken." I already knew who Pippin Ken was. Like I'm an old school head. I already knew who he
Mm,
was. I already knew that he was Pimp C's manager. I already knew that he had rocked with Snoop and all of them guys when the Chronic
mhm.
album and everything came. I already knew, and I'm an old school hip hop head because I got my brother's 7 years older than me. I wasn't around a lot
Okay.
of dudes my age. I wasn't around a lot of dudes my age. I wanted to be around my brother, so that's who I was around. And when I was
Right.
around people my age, I was like, okay, y'all kind of lame. I don't need to be around y'all.
Hmm.
So like when it came to music, I always would rather listen to like Bone Thugs or Harmony and stuff like that. So when they said it was Pippin Ken was over it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. So I've been there for like a year and a half now.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay. Now, was it your experience working with them that inspired you to actually take those words and not just put them on in paper, but to actually create a book, publish it, and make it available for the people?
So no and yes. So like I always wanted to get it published, but I was
Okay.
always kind of scared. I was always kind of scared to do it because, like I said,
Hmm.
it's my baby. It's something I've been sitting on now at this point for 18 years. So it was like I was real apprehensive, and I just remember telling Ken one day, "Hey, I got a book," because he had just got done publishing Boosie's book. So I was like, "I got a
Hmm.
book, but I don't know exactly how you would feel about it because it's not like no biopic or nothing like that." And he was like,
Hmm.
I mean, like a biography or anything like that. He was like, "No, tell me what it's about." I told him, and he was like, "Oh, you might be sitting on like a gold mine." Like, and everybody I've ever let like read snippets or let read it always
Hmm.
loved it. But it was just a me thing. So I always got in my own way, which is a theme in my life. I've been told I'm very talented, but like I always overthink myself. It's really the
Hmm.
past like 3 years where I kind of been like, nah, I'm dope at what I do. Like I'm good at what I do. So I've been like I've been pushing myself to like get out of my comfort zone when it came and
um,
come to my
there
book.
you go.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I even asked my brother for advice on a couple of my characters, and I asked my wife too, and like they both helped me get out of that like space in my mind where of being scared, if that makes sense.
Okay. How did you come up with the title?
The title is Fight Truly. I came up with the title. Okay, so because I like fighting, I was like, fight gonna be in this somewhere. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It was just as simple as that. As far as in the truly part, I came to that because I do my best to tell the truth, and that's
Hmm.
something that's always been like a thing that I've always went by. And I know I keep talking about my brother a lot, but the reason why I talk about him so much is because technically
Family
speaking, he's the
matters.
one who, yeah, he's the
Yeah.
one who technically
And he
raised
probably
me
knows you better
most of
than
my life.
anybody else.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he know me better than anybody else. Sometimes I don't even be realizing what I be doing until he be like, "Hey, you doing this, this, and this," and I be like, "Oh, damn, yeah, yeah, I'm
Hmm.
doing that." So like, yeah, so like he always said, if you gonna do something, then do it. If you gonna say something, stick by what you say. So being truthful to not just everybody but to yourself was something that he always talked to me about. So I came up with the
Okay.
fight truly part as like a combination of those things, fighting and being true to the world and yourself. So that's where it came from.
All right. Well, we need more people like you, Michael, in the dance world, the literary world. and of course, just in leadership overall. So where can we find you? If someone wants to get in touch with you so they can learn more about your projects and what you have going on.
You can look me up on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok. You can put in Crusade AFK, and it's a CR3 WSADE AFK, or you can just look up Michael AFK. Either way, that I'm gonna come up regardless. So yeah,
All
that's your
right.
boy.
Well, guys, you heard it here. We chatting it up with Michael AFK, dancer, author, artist extraordinaire. Check him out at the Hip Hop Fraternity. I was your host, Queen Evelina, and that was QEB on WQEB 97.3. Bye.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
No problem.